I made my first 3D cabinet in Blender using just scaling and extruding. Super easy, no complex modifiers, and at the end I'll show you how to animate the sliding drawers. Starting with the default cube, I'll switch to the front orthographic view by pressing 1 on my keyboard. So I'm just going to scale the cube in the x-axis and also on the y-axis just to get the right size. I'll switch to edit mode to add some loop cuts. Ctrl R on your keyboard to do this. I'll add a loop cut at the top and another one at the bottom. I'm going to add another loop cut in the middle, but I'll move it to the side because I want the side of the shelf to be bigger than that of where the drawers will be. Now on face select mode, we're going to select the two faces and we're going to press I twice on the keyboard to insert. This allows faces to be separate so we can insert them individually instead of all of them joining together. To make this easier to follow, I will turn on random colors in the solid viewport. This gives each object its own color. For the shelf, add another cube. I'll scale it down on Z to have that same look. So I'm just going to scale it on X and Y till it fits right into the cabinet. Make sure it's not extruding at the back. So just scale it till it fits. Then Ctrl A to scale it. Now I'm going to apply the array modifier. So on the property panel, I'll select the array modifier. I'll leave the count at 2. Then on the factor X, I'll change it to 0. And on Z, I'll just add 6. So it fits, it aligns properly. Now for the leg of the cabinet, I'm just going to add another cube and scale it till it looks small. Then I'm just going to fix it right under the cabinet. Now I'm going to switch over to edit mode. With the vertex mode on, I'm just going to select the 4 vertices at the bottom and scale it in a bit. To save time, I will use the mirror modifier for the other legs instead of modeling them manually. So just add a mirror modifier, set it to Y, and with the eyedropper, pick one bottom side of the cabinet, and this is what we have. I will add another cube for the drawer. I'm just going to scale this down a bit, Ctrl A to scale. So I'm going to scale on the y-axis and also on the x-axis just for it to fit right into the drawer. While doing this, ensure that it doesn't overlap on the cabinet. Otherwise, you will have hidden faces inside. So I'm going to switch to edit mode and select the top face and delete. This is what happens when it overlaps. So I'm just going to make some adjustment and do that again. Okay, it's overlapping on the other side, so I'll just make some little adjustments again. Now I'll apply the solidify modifier just to add thickness to the edges of the cube. So in the front orthographic view, I'm just going to make duplicates of the drawers. I'm going to scale them just so they can fit right in the cabinet. I'll set this drawer origin to 3D cursor. On the two panels, select the cursor and click on the drawer. Then go to Object, set origin to 3D cursor, and the cube for our handle stays right in the middle. With the cube added for the handle, I'm just going to scale it to reduce the size. So I'll switch to edit mode and add loop cuts, Ctrl R. I'll add loop cuts on the two sides. With the face mode on, I'll select the two faces and extrude on the y-axis. I'll switch back to edit mode and fix the handle at its location. Now I'll make duplicates for the other drawers. Shift D to do this. Now let's add the background so it doesn't look like our chef is floating. So I'll add a plane to the viewport and I'm just going to scale this. Then on the edit mode, I'll select with the vertex mode on, I'm going to select the vertices, the hold and shift while doing this and extrude on the Z axis. Now for the handle, we want to join it together with the drawer. So when we slide, the both of them comes out together. To do this, we just have to select the drawer and the handle together and Ctrl J to join it together. Time to animate the drawers. I'll pull up the timeline at the bottom of the screen and add keyframes. At the start button here, I'm just going to leave the start at 1 and end at 120. Now with the drawer selected and the keyframe at 1, I'm just going to press I on my keyboard to insert a location. This means at 1, I want the drawer to still be in the cabinet. Then at 20, I'm going to select my drawer and pull it out and slide it out. Then I'm going to press I on my keyboard and set it at location. So when it's at 20, I want it to come out. And at 40, I'm going to slide it back in and press I to insert location. Then I'm going to do the same for the second drawer. At 41, I want it to be at this location inside the cabinet, and at 60 I want it to come out, so I'm just going to slide it open and press I to insert the location on the keyboard. And at 80 I want it to go back inside, so I'll do the same for the last drawer. At 81 I'll set the location there, and at 100 I want it to slide out, so I'm just going to insert the location, and at 120 I want it back in, so I'll also insert the location. To play, just press the space bar on the keyboard, and this is how it is from the top view. And that's it, a simple 3D cabinet with sliding drawers. I'm still learning Blender, so if you're learning to stick around and let's grow together.